Welcome everyone to this online meeting today. Harmony, you are here. You are saying Namaste, dear Raji. Today, Ian, our daughter Onidar, and I are all joining again. So glad to be sharing this special space with you and also all those beings who feel drawn to this meeting. We are feeling so blessed. Very happy to see all of you here. Ian, Onidar, and Harmony. Welcome, all of you. Jamie, you are also here. Welcome, Jamie. Nikhil, you are here. Ma is also here. Um, welcome, Nikhil. Welcome, Ma. Oblivion, you are here. You are saying Namaste, Rajiji. Welcome, Oblivion. Steve, you are saying good morning, Raji, and so good to be here in your presence with everyone. Welcome, Steve. Zina, you are here. Welcome, dear Zina. Welcome, Miriam. You are also here. Wing, you are saying Namaste, Rajiji. I am watching. Thanks, thank you, and lots of love. Welcome, Wing. Happy to see you are also connecting. Klaus Smith, you are here. You are saying, Hi, Raji. Hope you are doing fine. Welcome, Klaus. Yes, I'm doing fine. I mean, it's just beautiful like this. Welcome, Tripti. You're also here. Welcome, Aparna. You are here too. We can start now. I will I will read your greeting message as it comes afterward. Peter, you are also here. You are saying good morning, Raji. Grateful to be here with you, with your light and presence this morning. Thank you. Love. Welcome, Peter. Good to see you here. Okay. Steve, you have sent an email and I want to read it. Take it at the first. You are saying, dear Raji, please would you share this message during Sunday's Satsang? Okay. I am finding tremendous benefit from the three-step simple seeing meditation. Each step flowing seamlessly into the other until the seer dissolves, merges back into that spacious, invisible stillness within. In this location less place, in this emptiness suffused with intelligence, there is an innate knowing that I am resting in my true nature, my true home. It's so beautiful, it's so beautifully peaceful. I never want to leave and return to the surface reality of everyday life with all its apparent limitations. But something flows naturally outwards. I begin to question what actually leaves this emptiness, since it cannot be the emptiness itself. So I conclude it must be the dynamic self of consciousness that rises from it, and that life itself is expressing in the form of me right now. But since this me is not is conceptual and fictional, there is really nothing at all arising from that emptiness. There is a seeming somethingness we call body mind, but from the perspective perspective of the emptiness, it doesn't really exist. It seems nothing exists except at the mind level. How can something come from nothing? It can only appear to a trick of the light, perhaps. So, trying to change or fix anything at this mind level seems a waste of time, a play of shadows like chasing ghosts. Your simple seeing is the antidote to living in this illusion of mind, taking us out of the prison of mind and experience of bondage, helping us to see more clearly from the solid ground of reality. Only through simple seeing and resting more in the pure awareness has there been a withdrawing of energy and a weakening of belief in a separate self. Apart from the wonderful insights, so many false beliefs and ideas are being flushed out into the light of simple seeing. with all kinds of resistances and temptations from the mind appearing, but now seen as opportunities to recognize the false and discover the true truth. These birth pains are indeed a small cost to pay for self realization. So I cannot thank you enough for this precious gift of simple seeing together in oneness, Steve. Steve, it's a beautiful email you wrote, and I'm very happy that um, you followed the pointing, you practiced the steps, and you succeeded in reaching where or from where we are actually seeing everything. It's beautiful. And also, I always appreciate your beautiful way of expressing things. It's very poetic in some way. I really like it. Every day, we are going to uh, discover some new depths, some new subtle hmm, subtleties of life as we are we begin to settle more and more this in this spaciousness, this emptiness that we are essentially. And I feel that your attitude is also very nice. Not rejecting anything, acknowledging that this is how I see things right now, but not believing them to be true, not taking them as final seeing, open for the seeing to be more corrected, perception to be more pure. This is beautiful attitude. The whole email is beautiful, I would say. And also, I feel this is very beautiful thing you said at the end. These birth pains are indeed a small cost to pay for self-realization. Yes, it's a very small cost or probably no cost compared to what what is discovered and um, afterward we live. You, I just feel like touching some points, very beautiful points you have shared here. First thing you are saying, I want to touch is in this locationless, in this emptiness suffused with intelligence, there is an innate knowing that I am resting in my true nature, my true home. Yes, this is there. This is here. In this locationless, in this emptiness, this knowing is here that I am resting in my true nature. We do not need to bring any knowledge from outside. We cannot. We don't need to confirm it from outside. We don't need to confirm it through the mind whether it is the true nature or not. True nature has this quality, has this innate knowing. So this is very correct. This is called self. That's why we call self is truth is self-evident. It doesn't need any evidence from outside. This is correct, very correct. And you're saying it's so beautifully peaceful. I never want to leave and return to the surface reality of everyday life with all its apparent limitations. Yes, it also feels like this because uh, it is really very, very beautiful and peaceful. And after a struggle, life full of struggles, full of joys and experiences also, but one kind of feels tired. And this beautiful, peaceful space, the home, one doesn't feel like going out. But you say, but something flows naturally outward. Yes, this is also the what you said in in the um, in the paragraph that follows. You said this is dynamic self or consciousness, something like this. You say, yes. Steve, here once you have started opening to this true knowing, there are many opportunities, much deeper opportunities to know the truth, the true nature of everything. The only thing is, if one can refrain, one can keep oneself from holding on to anything, declaring anything, claiming anything. One can only see and understand in the deepest um, levels of life, but one cannot claim anything. Does not need to actually, but it somehow brings us in the mind in the old pattern of a separate self if we try to hold. And these things cannot be expressed also once we are deeper than this level. When things become more clear, more subtle, it also becomes more difficult to express because the distance between the mind and this purity is too big. The way mind looks at things. You also mentioned that it seems that consciousness arising out of this emptiness, it is like this. Yes, by itself, it is arising at the body mind level. You also said that only through simple seeing and resting more in the pure awareness has there been a withdrawing of energy and a weakening of belief in a separate self. Yes, this is also very right. Uh, Only through this simple seeing and resting in the in our true nature, the energies are withdrawn from the mind. While staying in the mind, while staying in the belief of separate self, these energies stay in the mind and in that level of life, in that aspect of ourselves. Only when we withdraw ourselves from the scene, that our energies also start withdrawing from there into into our true nature. Yeah, so it's beautiful, uh, very nice. Thank you, Steve. Anna, you are also here. Welcome, Anna. Let us look into the this moment, into the nature of this moment, of this nowness. I welcome all of you. If you want to ask anything, if you feel we can look into something together, if you feel like sharing, and you are very welcome. I feel like sharing something connected to the simple seeing. The most valuable, most significant aspect of ourselves is this simple seeing. It is not a practice, this aspect. It is present within us. A general seeing, a general awareness is present within us. And this simple seeing three step is to discover that actually. And if we can somehow notice this, the presence of this general seeing within ourselves, this general seeing, this simple seeing is present all the time in all the situations, in all the states of ourselves. And at first, when we try to see, to notice, to acknowledge this simple seeing present within ourselves all the time, it may feel like a experience, but actually it is not. This is what we are. And it is good enough to notice that a simple, continuous, constant seeing is there within ourselves. Seeing of everything, noticing of everything, but a general seeing. At first it may feel like it doesn't produce any knowledge, it doesn't make any changes, it doesn't fix any problems. But in turn it is going to fix everything for you. It is going to make all the changes necessary, and it is going to bring you to the deepest possible understanding of life. The more we acknowledge this simple, this presence of this simple seeing within ourselves, the more we sort of merge with it, discover it as ourselves. This simple general seeing is not something new within ourselves. It is not something to be introduced into ourselves, to be added into ourselves. It is already here all the time, but we do not notice it. That's the only thing missing. The more we notice this simple seeing which is present within ourselves all the time, the more somehow it brings forward its true meaning, true power, and we get absorbed in this seeing in some way, in a beautiful way, and discover the true power of this simple seeing, and that we are this simple seeing. So probably it is a training uh, to appreciate this presence of this simple seeing more than anything else that we need. So we need this training. Probably we need this correction in our attitude to value this simple seeing more than anything else. This simple seeing which is present within ourselves all the time. That is probably what we need. That's all we need actually. We can do it right now also. You can notice there is a capacity of seeing everything within us. Everything that is arising is seen, and if it is not seen, you do not cannot say that it is arising. If you are saying that there is something within you, it means it has been seen, but it has not been understood. It has not been defined. That's different. So this simple seeing does not have a mind that we usually use to define, to taste the sense of knowledge. But nevertheless, this simple seeing is ever present, and that is from where we say that something is arising within ourselves. But somehow we are busy in trying to define things and trying to know things that we miss the true knowing and seeing of which is already present all the time here. Sudha, you are saying welcome, brother, everyone. Sudha hungry. Welcome, Sudha. I don't know if this brother is for me or for everyone, but very welcome, Sudha. I feel we all need to try, experiment, and test the power of this simple seeing. The practice that I have proposed and the understanding which I have shared just now. Without that, you won't be able to really understand the full power of this simple seeing practice and this ever present simple seeing within ourselves. This ever present simple seeing is the place where you get all the answers, but you never desire any answers, and you don't have any questions. It is a strange place where you get everything without asking. The pure contentment, restfulness into our true nature. All the demands dissolve in this space. There are no demands, no desires, no preferences. No, no two. There are no two here. Ram, you are here. You are saying Namaste, Raji. Thank you for sharing Satsang. Welcome, Ram. I also feel like sharing while we have this time right now. Nobody is asking anything right now. So I may continue sharing this. I feel the one of the basic reasons how why we are missing this ever-present simple seeing is that it doesn't have any flavor. It doesn't have any attribute, any quality, and our attitude towards seeking the truth or seeing the truth is preoccupied with the idea that it is a experience, it is a sort of a quality, a flavor. This simple seeing that I'm talking about, which is present within ourselves, is not a flavor. It is that which is seeing the flavor, which is perceiving any flavors within ourselves. And you can obviously not perceive it. It perceives everything. And this way, it can be known. So this simple seeing can be known as the perceiver of everything. And you can see what is your relation with this perceiver, this perceiving. And it will resolve the conflicting experience of ourself and this perceiving, which is ever present within ourselves. Klaus, you are saying something. You are saying, I follow your pointing as good as I can. Seeing is not on the move. It's the mind that seems on a journey. Yes, I don't know what you mean by mind, but would be useful to also gently acknowledge that what I'm calling mind is also something which I don't fully understand or know yet. So in this way, you can say this seeing is still. This simple seeing which is present within ourselves is still. Everything is moving. And that which is moving is called mind. In Zen, they say everything is mind, and everything means everything. That's how they express. So everything which is perceived, everything which is seen by this seeing, this ever-present seeing, is the changeful, and this simple seeing is the changeless truth within ourselves. So we can also kind of categorize in this way right now. So mind or anything else, if there is anything else other than mind within ourselves which moves, that also is included in the changeful category. Whether it is feeling or emotion, whether it is any experience, but if mind means everything to you, everything that is moving and changing within you, everything that is happening within you, then it is correct. So clouds, this is a nice report. I will say. I just felt like adding a little bit to it. Peter, you are saying yes, yes, yes. Been holding on to beliefs in the field of this simple seeing. Been too busy and too arrogant to see this simple seeing by your pointing. Thank you. Peter, it is never too late. So I'm happy that you are able to acknowledge this now. And this simple seeing that you are, is free from everything. It is free from past. It doesn't have any past actually. And in reality, there is no past anywhere. But it is the mind mechanism or functioning and the sense of identity that arises in the mind which experiences past. For the seer, for this simple seeing that you are, uh, all is this, all is here. Even the past is here, future is here, everything is here. There is nothing there. There is no there for this simple seeing. There is a experience through the mind, through the belief. Here now is a natural experience when we first start recognizing this simple seeing which is present here. And soon the experience of here, being here, also dissolves somehow, it just becomes one. Because even here is also somehow carrying some shadow of there. That which is not there is called here, like this. But not there, not here either. Just this, just this undefinable truth. But undefinable, not unreachable. You are already here. Not, it is not inaccessible. It is totally accessible. So simple, ever present, fully open to everything. And you are already here. But cannot be defined, cannot be understood, but can be seen, can be acknowledged, can be recognized. Nitish, you are saying Namaste, Rajee ji. Got late today. Finally, I'm here. Welcome, Nitish. Manu, you are here. You are saying Ram Ram Bhaiya. Ram Ram Manu. You are saying, if possible, please tell me something more about Karm Bandhan. Thank you. We spoke about it earlier. Karm Bandhan, or you can say bondage of karmas, something like this. We can say bondage, which is somehow connected, which is attached or tagged to the karmas. That is what you are talking. In general, we can say the karm is attached to the karta. The doing is attached to the doer. They are two aspects of the same reality, karma and karta, doing and doer. They are not really separate. They are two aspects of the same reality. So we can say that there is a doing energy within us at any given point of time. When we feel like doing something, there's a doing energy. That doing energy is a flow coming out of the emptiness of life in order to achieve some movement, some change. And it carries all the necessary instructions, you can say, that what need to be done. It carries all the necessary understanding or wisdom of life in that moment. So we can say, in reality, there is no doer, no karta. It's only a doing, like a packet of energy bubbled out of the emptiness of life, out of the silent ocean of life onto the surface. And this packet basically has all the instructions to do, and it has a sense of doing, but also it has a sense of identity. Without that, actually, doing is not possible. So it is like a responsible point within ourselves for the moment. It creates a local perspective, local standpoint within our body mind system, so that fall we can connect to the coordinates of time and space, and we can move accordingly. Our body and mind can move, understand, and do the necessary. And once this activity is done, has unfolded, the action has unfolded fully, then this energy disappears completely. Naturally, this is how it flows, but it seems to be flowing very differently in most of us, because somehow we carry the memory of it continuously. First of all, this sense of doing, which is in the moment, somehow the real you somehow get attached to it, in the sense that you get too involved in it, and somehow forget your true nature, you can say, the nature that I am the seeing. And in this moment, when you forget your true nature, you live as the doer. And this doer is actually present, but only in the moment when this packet of energy of doing has bubbled out of ocean of life. But because you are continuous, you are constant, the truth, the seer, but forgotten yourself. Now you need a new home, you need a new identity, and that identity is created in the mind in the form of memory of doer. So you, the real, the pure seeing, believes I am a continuous doer. I am living this life. I have a life. Although the truth is, every moment as life desires, out of the wisdom of life, these packets of energies come out, which contain the desire to do something and necessary energy and intuitive knowing of what to be done. All of this is self-contained and separate from the next packet. They are not really in continuation in that way. Although everything is in harmony with the life, but in itself it is not like this. But through the mind, when we see, we do not see this simple reality. We believe, we live this through this belief that I am the doer. And when we live through the sense of doer, then what we call karma bandhan, that happens. Karma bandhan means the bondage connected to doing. And that is actually not really connected to the doing, it is connected to the result of actions. And who is affected by the results of actions? The doer. So if we can look deep into the doership, it is found to be non-existent in the mind, but it is existent in the experience when it happens occasionally. When actions happens, the sense of doer is there, but occasionally, but only in the moment, not continuous. So it is an experience that I am doing. It subsides when the doing this is complete, when the action is complete. But mind may continue believing if we are not aware of our true nature. Once we become aware of our true nature as the simple seeing unattached to anything, then we witness the doing and the sense of doer arising out of the emptiness that we are, out of the simple seeing that we are. And then there is no karma bandhan, there is no bondage connected to doing, to actions. Because in reality, if you understand what I am saying, there is only one doer, one karta purush, the God, the Lord only. There is no, there are no two doers. There are no two wisdoms behind the uh, doings of the whole life. And the nature of this Lord, this doer is seer, witnessing. It sees, it witnesses, and things just happen like a natural unfolding, effortless. So the karma bandhan, the bondage of doing, is connected with the doer. So doer is the bondage. Doing is not a bondage. doing is doing is part of the uh, vastness of life. Doing is part of the uh, magnificent um, movement and play of energy of God. Every doing, but doer is something local. Seeing is universal. Doing is also universal, actually, in that way. But when there is a presence of a local doer within a particular body mind, then life is seen in a very different way, and we experience bondage. This bondage is not really of doings. This is the bondage that the seer you experiencing because you are caught up in the sense of doing and responsibility of maintaining your life. Fear of doing wrong, like this. I hope Manu this is a little bit clear. It is a beautiful topic, and anybody else, if you feel like asking anything or sharing anything, please do so. Adam Robinson, you're also here today. You're saying, "Hi Raji, sorry that I am joining you late. Very happy to be in your session. It's been a very powerful week joining the Guruji retreat online. Oh, so beautiful. Very welcome, Adam. I'm happy to see you here." Klaus, you are saying seeing, being, knowing are different words for the same thing. Same thing. I'm not sure if it is a question or you are just sharing. But I would just share my version of understanding of this. For me, seeing effort when in the state when we are deluded, living in the sense of doer, then this seeing effort brings us to the recognition of the ever present seeing within ourselves as ourselves. So, this effort of seeing brings us to the recognition of the simple seeing that we are. And that leads us to being what we are, being the simple seeing, living as the simple seeing more and more. This basically means that in this first encounter with the truth, recognition of your true nature does not really finish the influence of sense of doership and it's a story around in our mind. Still, it is there for a while. So, being the simple seeing finishes this whole story. The influence, you can say, the flavor that is present, flavor of being of a doership. So, this is being the truth, staying as the simple seeing now. And once we have settled in this simple seeing, settled means not going out when the sense of doership arises within ourselves, the sense of doership and a story connected to it. Basically, when the mind is arising, we are not coming out of it. Then we have settled. So it is being part. But when this being part is finished, then the knowing part naturally happens. Knowing is happening from day one, from the first step, but it is not full knowing, you can say. It is only beginning of true knowing. So the beginning of true knowing is recognition of truth. This is the first true knowing, you can say, the knowledge of presence of truth. This is the first true knowledge. But this is not the knowledge of truth. This is only the knowledge of presence of truth. that you have recognized that there is a presence of truth within yourself, but you have not known the truth yet fully. You have only known that truth is here now. That simple seeing is the truth, is the eternal presence of light. But you have not known what is light yet. What is this true light yet? You have not known fully. And until we know fully what is this true light, this simple seeing, this witnessing, we go through this second step of being this light against the pull of mind, where uh, we habitually become the doer in experience for a moment or two. So Klaus, I feel this is what I feel like sharing about it. So Manu, you are saying yes, Bhaiya. Thank you. Very nice, Manu. Yatri, you are saying, dear Raji, thank you for being here for us. Just spontaneously asking, please share with us your journey in initial and middle stages. Much grateful to you. Yatri, I feel this a journey like this, my journey, Raji's journey, is shared as and when it it fits in the context of what we are trying to look together, and it will be shared as it happens. And in the meantime, you can ask anything you feel like asking. We can look together into it. As such, I don't feel any um, energy to share my journey in that way. It is only when somehow there is a need that it is that I refer to something that happened to me like this. Thank you. I feel soon we are going to end this session. I don't see many questions today. If anybody has anything else to share connected to this simple seeing, which uh, which we started discussing, looking into with the email of Steve. Um, I I feel then we can end this session now. Just in the end, I want to share one thing, one basic, very basic and fundamental uh, fact connected to the seeing. If you can understand that, it can bring fundamental changes in your quality of seeing, in your penetrativeness of seeing, and it can dispel all the illusions. And that is, what I'm referring to as simple seeing is simply seeing, not seeking, not searching. So when your eyes are closed, not seeking for anything, not searching anything within you, like scanning or something like this. Outside also. I can translate it into another word. It is looking, but not looking for anything particularly. This is the basic understanding behind this simple seeing. If it can be appreciated by you, it will change the whole game of discovery uh, for you. And it may not be so easy in the beginning to simply see, but still it is worth. Even if you fail 1,000 times, 100,000 times, even still it is worth. Even one time you are able to see simply without doing anything. So not looking for anything, but simply seeing what is present right now. It is worth all the efforts. It wakes us up into our true nature. In this simple seeing, our true nature is recognized as the simple seeing itself. The journey from the mind to the self, from the seen to the seer, is this journey only. This journey from looking for to just looking, from seeking and searching in the field of view to simply seeing. What is simply seeing what is present in the field of view. This seeing as it is the way to see what is, not adding anything, not trying to remove anything from what is present. This is simple seeing. And this is already present within us. The more we let go of the this attitude of changing anything, the more we find it more and more effortless, this simple seeing. At certain point, when your attitude, your preferences have been dropped, then this simple seeing is totally effortless. Presence of truth, presence of light within ourselves. So the effort of simple seeing through this three-step simple seeing process or any other way is is to only hold our temptation to change anything or to detach ourselves from the habit of changing, demanding changes, but only staying as the pure seeing, like this. Steve, you are saying thank you for sharing my email. I did not mention that on some occasions during simple seeing, there is a drifting into deep sleep. And then the mind comes in with its judgment and says it must be that says I must be doing it wrong. Uh, Steve, this is I feel very natural. Your report is beautiful, and even if sometime deep sleep happens, it is quite natural, because this simple seeing is actually life, the truth, seeing it from the very depth of life. And this more this deep sleep is also a very inactive, very pure state where nothing is present. And once this adjustment takes place within us, this alignment, something like this, you can say, then this experience of deep sleep will also will change in some way. I feel, because this deep sleep actually is absence of everything and presence of pure seeing. But as long as we have any flavor of identity, we experience sense of some sense of doing, and we experience some changes also like this. It is totally perfect as it is. Just continuing like this will correct everything. We can put it in this way also. We are this simple seeing and experiencing life through the body. Then we say, I'm seeing through the body. My eyes are seeing, my ears are seeing, my you know tongue, all the senses are seeing. Seeing means tasting, perceiving. And as our seeing becomes more still and detached from the demands, from the desires, then it kind of goes backward like this. It becomes pure, more pure like this. All the experiences that we have, including the experience of deep sleep, is a effect, is a experience, and dependent and on the cooperation of the experiencer. So experiencer uh, uh, basically not only experiences what happens, but also it helps this experience to happen in this manner. So we can say for this simple seeing that you are, everything is an experience, and it will adjust to the align itself in this way that it will confirm. You will be able to see this also. So this is a experience that we are having, experience of waking state, experience of dream state, and experience of deep sleep state. These are experiences that we are having. But in reality, we are the seer. We are the pure seeing of these states and of the one who experiences these states. One means of that aspect of ourself, you can say, which experiences these states. And this whole thing, the states of ourself, and we who for whom these three states exist, all of this is the experience that you are having as the pure seeing. It will become clear if you continue like this. That's why I said there is much more to know here in this simple seeing than we can imagine right now when we start. The whole mystery of life is available now to you as you start aligning yourself. So this is not the time to demand to hold on to anything. We will settle with much less than possible in this simple thing if we stay neutral, open. So you are saying yes, the energies are realigning. Thank you. Yes, very nice. The only thing is, don't believe in anything, or confirm that I can see this, even if it is very strong. Sometime just confirm that yes, I can see this, and then it cannot be the truth if I can see this. Like this. So even if the feeling that it is not good to fall asleep, go into the deep sleep during the simple seeing, it's just a belief in front of you. You can see it. Whereas maybe this is the most perfect thing to happen to you when you are doing this simple seeing, to go into this deep sleep, total restfulness. A much deeper, much subtle awareness can be recognized here. Oh, I feel this is perfect. Nothing is wrong in this. Nitish, you are saying thank you, Rajiji, for the emphasis on the pointing related to just looking. It will help me greatly. Very nice. Very nice, Nitish. And Peter, you are saying so much gratitude to finally get this pointing you made this morning. Thank you, thank you. I'm very happy, Peter, that you got it. Klaus, you are saying effort is needed, but there seems to be a point where effort is not useful anymore. Effort is not useful anymore. Probably you might. I mean, I'm just guessing. Probably it would be better if you make it more clear. What do you mean by not useful anymore? Do you mean that it interferes in your seeing? It makes your seeing polluted, or it keeps you engaged? What do you exactly mean by effort is not useful anymore at a certain point? That may help me really express what I feel in this case. But in general, one must continue the effort until there is any energy to do anything, basically, because either you will use this energy of doing in the seeing effort, or it will be used in the doing, which is going to create more confusions, more sense of responsibility, sense of trouble. So one can either consume this sense of doing and this doing energy in the seeing effort until it this doing energy is exhausted fully, in this way. This extra doing energy, you can say, which is in the sense of identity. Otherwise, spontaneous doing energy will arise, but this extra energy which somehow seems to be living in this body and mind system, that has to be somehow exhausted, it feels, until we can will become fully free, and that can be exhausted through this effort of simple seeing. You are saying it seems a habit to make effort. And to the simple seeing, it makes no difference whether it is a habit or not. A habit is seen. So your relation with everything is only one. I can see it. If it is a habit, if it is a habit, you see that it is a habit. It makes no difference. It doesn't dull or pollute the seeing. So any presence of anything which you feel is false within you, anything which is present in you and you feel it is false, does not make any difference to you, the seer, and doesn't make you, the seer, false. It in fact makes you more true. It gives you more brightness and contrast. So it doesn't make any difference as far as this simple seeing is concerned. It makes no difference. Whatever is present within you, only helping you to see, to confirm in in contrast that I am the seeing, that I am seeing it. But if one feels troubled by presence of anything within ourselves during this process or this effort of simple seeing, then one must be holding on to some belief, some preference that in order to be free, there must be no mind. In order to be free, there must be no thoughts or feelings or emotions within me. Then this belief or demand also need to be seen. It will be seen if one continues this simple instruction. It can overcome all the mind and egoic influence, but somehow we start moving too early. We don't stay and see. We start thinking again. We are more interested in doing and uh, reaching and finishing things. We are not less and less interested in seeing and waking up. This is natural, but I'm just sharing how it is. So even if it is an effort, even if the effort seems to be a habit, it will drop by itself. Because who will continue this habit? You are the seer now. The old energy of that is given to the doership will continue this habit and will burn it out and will just dissolve by itself. It is not your job to do anything about it. Your job is not to do anything about anything which is present within you. If recognition of truth is your goal, your desire, then stay as the seer, effortful, and slide naturally, effortlessly into the effortless seeing. So the effort is until only as long as we are not able to to rest in our effortless nature, effortless seeing. There is no other goal of this simple seeing practice. All other goals will be achieved by themselves once we start resting in our true nature. But somehow the seeker of truth are not able to put aside their own journey, where they have sense of knowledge that I know what is the problem and I know what is going to solve it. That this simple seeing does not mix with that journey. So either do your journey or do the simple seeing, or maybe do both but separately. They cannot be mixed. No understanding can be mixed with this simple seeing. In this state, when we have not fully settled in this simple seeing, This understanding is not full. This is partial understanding that we have initially. So it will be simply like this. You would say, this is what is happening. I would say simply see. You would say, and if this happens, then I would say simply see. And you would say, if again mind comes, I would say simply see. You know, and those of you who understand the value of what I'm sharing, you would actually do it also. You will simply see. You will say, yes, thank you so much for reminding. I will not do anything. I again got into the habit of doing. I will simply see. Simply see means this is the purest form of effort which does not give energy to the sense of doership and mind. Oh, nice, you are saying. Okay, thanks. Sudha, you are saying thank you, Raji. Sudha, Devdas, and Chaba. Welcome, three of you, Sudha, Devdas, and Chaba. Mm, nice to see all of you here. Yatri, you are saying why it is most of the time pain in body parts while seeing. What's the connection of seeing and body? I feel like saying something. Not really. I don't feel like giving answer of this question in the direct manner, but I want to ask you something. Do you want explanation in response to your question, or do you want a solution? If you want a explanation, I would like to pass this question because explanations don't really give us don't help us actually. They mostly confuse us more. In this state, although what we are seeking is continuously explanations and understanding at the mind level, because we feel that because I have less understanding at the mind level and less knowledge, that I'm confused and I am not living a happy life. Whereas the truth is that you are not living a happy life because you are not living as yourself. That's all. Whether you know or not makes no difference. Your nature is truth. Your nature is joy, happiness. So when you live as yourself with zero knowledge, you are supremely happy. When you live in the mind as the mind identity and you have all the knowledge of the whole world, but you will not be happy and you will still be confused. You are saying, I want solution. Okay. This is a good attitude, I would say. So let's put the solution. This is the solution now. The question is solution. You want solution. Then I would say whenever anything happens at the body level, do whatever is needful. Don't mix it with spirituality so much. Because pain happens many times normally also, but we don't ask why pain is happening. We just feel that maybe it is cold, maybe little fever, maybe something else, maybe my wrong body posture when I was sleeping, and we just do something that is needful because it is going to pass anyway. But somehow, whenever we get into the spiritual practices, also we somehow get into this habit of attaching everything with the spiritual flow like this. In one way, everything is spiritual because you are a spirit, and everything that you are experiencing is your movement, your body, your mind, Anything that you experience in the body mind is just a spirit only, energy only. So in one way it is true, but in another way it is not, because our understanding is not complete yet, and we will only become more and more confused. I feel it is better to see these things in more simple manner. Do the needful at when something happens to the body, like if you are feeling pain or anything like this, do whatever is needful in general manner, and keep your effort of simple seeing separate from it. If even if there is some persistent pain happening in the body or something while you are doing this simple seeing, it could be in one way uh, good also, that there is some energy which want to be released through the from the body, somewhere from within the body, and this simple seeing is helping it happen probably. But if you feel it is too uncomfortable, you cannot do it, or you don't want to do it, then it's okay. You will decide how it is for you. But if there is a general type of pain, or you can say restlessness, then we can continue seeing and it will settle by itself, I feel. Also, it is important to do the physical exercises to let our body open up a little bit energetically, because somehow continuously our body has been, living in this responsibility of being a person, and it somehow has closed the body in some way. So we can actually do more physical exercises than usual if possible, and that will somehow make it more flexible in a way, more liquid in a way, and more appropriate, or you can say ready for accommodating this deeper understanding of what you are. I feel like this, but I don't think there is any reason to stop because there is a pain in the body. I cannot see the simple seeing, like, do the simple seeing practice like this. So do something like this, I guess. I hope it helps you in some way, Yatri. Peter, you are saying so. eh, you so good too. I think I missed one of your statement. You said it looks more accurate to say to see this pointing versus I got this pointing. It's totally fine. It makes no difference, whatever you call it. Whether you call it I see this pointing, or whether you call it I got it. It makes no difference if you got it. If you did not get the pointing, then also it makes no difference. If you call it I got it, still you did not get it. If you call it I saw it, I see it, still you did not get it. And if you got it, you got it. It really makes no difference what we call it. Let's not be so much fixed with our definitions, and there's no need to be so accurately define what we are seeing. It is important to see, not important to define, you know, that that how what it is. In the discussion, sometime needed, some accurate definitions are needed, but otherwise no. Yatri, you are saying thank you for simple answers. Yatri, we have been discussing a little bit like this before also many times. I will also say that if you want to, if you ask me something, also come with some readiness. Like when you really feel like doing something, like yes, I'm ready to make some changes within myself. Then also it will help actually, because we are not having a mere discussion here. It is actually immediate uh, kind of guidance or support given to you, and if it can be actually received, and something may change even right now. So if we are more kind of connected, or you can say more ready in a way, more involved, or how to say, with whatever we are saying, then it will be more useful actually. These conversation can be more useful. You are saying further, thank you for simple answer, which supports simple seeing. Okay, thank you. Mai Marioka, this is the name. You are asking a question. You are saying, why do my sense of self often gets lost when I am surrounded with other people and even my friends? Then I get anxiety attack. It will be interesting actually to see what is this sense. I also used the word sense of doer in a positive way. So sense of doer is possible to be experienced within us, which is basically part of the parcel of doership, doing, of the natural unfolding of actions. So for me, sense means experience. So I would translate it in this way, that why do my experience of self often gets lost when I'm surrounded with other people and even my friends? Then I get anxiety attack. Well, up to first part, it could be okay. Like you may lose the experience of self, because experience of self is also experience. But it is the question that you must ask, that who has this sense of self, at which level this sense of self is happening, that will help you resolve this conflicting experience. Because the sense of self does not really happen to the sense of self, to the self. Sense of experience is not sen- this experience of the self is not the self. In the even the experience of self is experienced by the self, isn't it? And which is higher. In the beginning, experience of self is higher, which is okay, and that is why we feel lost. So let us be very clear about it. Who is having the experience of self? Who is having the sense of self? It may be the case that as we are going from the sense of separate being, separate person, mind identity, it is that mind identity which is having the experience of self. And when it is pulled into its known habitual field of uh, attraction, interaction with people, and like this, it stops experiencing it. You know, then it makes sense. You have your energy, your attention has moved to the mind field where interactions and with other people is natural, but the sense of self is not present. And then and this anxiety attack, you say, because you start living as a separate self, responsible for everything. So this has to be resolved actually. There is no need to ask why it happens like this. You know, one need to only and be clear about who or what you are, and we need to stay as that only. That resolves everything. So there is no need to value these experiences so much. Our time and our energy is much more valuable than just merely trying to hold on to some experience or sense of self. We can actually use our time and energies to discover ourself, our true self, and live as that fully. I hope I tried to explain this to you. It is not really so much possible to understand everything in this state, but if you try to follow the pointing of simple seeing, it will resolve everything. Um, Sudha, you are saying Ch- Chava is asking, is there a way to release the old trapped energies, emotions from the body mind? Thanks. Chava, it would be interesting actually to 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 see what I want to share here. I wonder what is the need to release old trapped energies and emotions from the body mind. Why we need to release these things? It actually looks very valid question, but it may not be as valid as it appears when we look into it deeply. Why there is a need to release these trapped energies? And where are trapped energies? How do we know that there are trapped energies? And I want to tell you, if you have seen that there are trapped energies within you, they start releasing by themselves. When we actually see any trapped energies within ourselves, within body mind system, releasing of these trapped energies begins by itself. It happens by itself. It is only when we have not seen that there are any trapped energies within our body mind that there are trapped energies. So what to do? See. Simply see. As your simple seeing becomes more powerful, more still, it is able to see more. It is able to see more subtle things like this also. That some energy is trapped in somebody in the body mind system, and that seeing acknowledgement that there is some energy dormant and makes it release out of the system, throw out of the system. It happens by itself. We don't really need to do anything particularly in order to be free from suffering, in order to be naturally happy, except recognize your true nature and live as that. We do not need to do anything separately. This is, I feel, my answer to you, Chava. I feel this is a beautiful time to finish this session. Thank you, everyone.